Good evening, everybody. And so tonight we have a special podcast because we're talking about the most creepiest investigation that Small Town Paranormal has been on. We'll be right back right after a short message. Hey everyone, and welcome to Paranormal Question of the Day. We do live podcasts with live guests, live paranormal investigations as well. We do product reviews. So sit back, enjoy the channel, get popcorn, get a soda, and I'll see you soon. And we're back. Gonna throw a little music in the background tonight.
I like it.
So we'll get to the questionnaires here. Hold on a second. Okay. So we got comments up and going right now. So I hope everybody's day is going good. Kind of an in-between day over here, basically. A flattened tire. Doing work for a 20-year-old. Trying to be a 20-year-old doing the work job I'm doing now. Which really blows.
Sure.
But it is what it is. So we'll work it out and see what we can do with our body. Hey, Bryn, how you doing? Welcome,
Hello.
welcome. So if you don't know who Bryn is, she's part of Paranormal Paradox with Nathan Blank.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nathan's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did send me something today. I just didn't have time to reply back, but I will later tonight.
Nice.
But yeah, she's pretty cool. She has a lot of stuff going on in the paranormal field and kind of trying to figure herself out a little bit. So, and she's getting it. So,
Cool.
doing
Very
good.
cool.
Doing good. Trying to be like a 20-year-old, like I said before, and it don't work. Heck yeah. Yep. So, but we'll see who comes in. Is Miss Abby gonna join us tonight?
She is not. She is pretty tired, so she's gonna sit this one out.
What did you do to her? Yep, I know you're getting there. He tells me, he lets me know. So, but well, she's a party pooper. That's okay. She knows I pick on her. So,
yeah.
But so let's cut right to the chase. So last week Friday was Wayne's birthday, and he turned the big 3-0. Correct?
Oh yeah. Unfortunately,
well, why don't you be my age at 47?
I'm catching up, Darren.
You ain't catching up with this old body.
Give you a run for your money.
Hey, come take trucks with me. See how well you do.
I groaned getting out of the chair yesterday, so I don't know. Might be tied.
I barely could get off the creeper this morning. I'm like, I'm lifting myself up. I'm lifting my body. I'm like, okay, let's one heave ho, and then I finally got up. But I did hurt my knee a few weeks ago, so I think I did it my other job that I was doing. But yeah, so last week Friday, you guys end up going to Jericho. Now that was your first time there, right?
Second time.
Second time.
We did the convent and the school, but we'd never done the church.
Okay.
So this was like our first shot doing all three.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and it is under new management, so we know that.
And when we went last time, it was during like a huge snowstorm.
Right.
And yeah.
So, but this time around, it was actually not too bad. It was still cold, but the convent is the one that has the heat, correct?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So, what's kind of let's talk about this place. What makes this place so intriguing as to, like, does it call your name out, or is it just one of those places like, hey, I gotta get in here, we gotta do this place again, try and figure out what's going on? So what was the process of that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if did we get any of our names come through. I feel like my name came through once.
Mine came
Um,
through. Yours came through. I don't think Abby's did, but yours and mine came through.
yeah, we got a good amount of names. Um, but yeah, I mean, at the location, they have an actual book inside that you can like read and go through from the past and to catch up on the history and whatnot. So we did that, documented that, and got to know the new owners a little bit more. They're really nice people. Um, Seems like they really care about the property and the location, which is nice. And they're just continuing to fix the place up. And yeah, it's looking great so far. So
That's
Lots of
awesome.
updates.
Yeah.
And
Now, what are the
all
new
the windows
updates? What's that?
all the windows and stuff are boarded. Like, no drafts hardly. So it's really nice.
yeah.
Okay.
So the school, that was an issue. But last time, I guess some of the windows were like busted out, and so yeah, the new owners kind of patched that all up, and yeah. So
Okay. That's good. I'm glad to see that they're really taking pride in the location and keeping it going. I know there's a big price difference compared to last time,
Mm-hmm.
to what it is now, which is nice because it makes it more affordable for other people to go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of like, you get spit in the face when you get this high priced locations, and it's like, how the heck are we supposed to split this up between like 3/4 people when the way how the economy is, um,
Mm-hmm.
it makes it hard. So,
Yeah.
so I'm glad that they're doing that and making it
right.
a good location
Yeah.
for everybody to go to. So what happened the first time you went, and then how different is it now versus the last time?
The first time we went, I wouldn't say we got a lot that was very like sound evidence because there was that squall going on. So you had all the wind and the snow coming down, and I mean it's an old building to begin with, so everything was like hit. There was trees, like the tree was hitting the window. Like you don't know what was settling, what wasn't settling. You don't know what was footsteps, what wasn't.
Yeah.
So it was kind of inconclusive the last time we went. But Abby heard a voice in the school saying, like, it was a little boy like saying, "Hey, come here." So that was a pretty good one.
Okay.
But other than that, it was pretty quiet.
How
In
late
my
did you
opinion.
stay?
I don't think we stayed overnight because of the weather last time because we wanted to get home.
I would say like two,
But
probably
2-ish, yeah.
2, 3 around
And
that
that
time.
and even that time the energy kind of shifted. Now that I think about it, the energy shifted last time about the same time it did when we were here this time. And it was kind of like a darker energy, I would say, like definitely a creepier, not as welcome energy.
Yeah.
Right. So this time around, how did things get started? And if you want to go right from the beginning to kind of how things kind of unfolded, who would like to start on that one?
Yeah, I can start. So yeah, we got a tour of the church because we never went into the church, and it's quite massive. I was pretty shocked. And when we went to do the tour in the church, we started walking up towards the, what do you call it? Like the main, kind of like where the, priest and I don't know. I know there's like a certain word for like that main
No,
area.
priest is right. It's like where they stand up there and talk and preach.
Right. Yeah.
Podium.
Yeah. And we walked up the stairs, and all of a sudden, we look over, and there's a door to the right, and the owner, I think he said he saw something behind the door, and then like seconds after that, we saw the door move like a couple inches. I saw it. Owner saw it. I don't know if Wayne or Abby saw it.
I saw it. I don't think
you did?
Abby did.
No. Yeah, so that was the first kind of interesting thing that happened when you walked right into the church. Yeah, we heard a lot of noises.
It's supposed to be like a church is supposed to be like nothing much going on, except for a place of worship. But now you're getting paranormal stuff in there, and it's interesting that you're getting that in a church,
Right? Yeah, definitely.
And that's where I had my hat. Like I was wearing my brown hat or whatever, and it was twice. So I felt it kind of get tugged on the back of my hat, and then we kind of went forward and went into this little space, and I got my when you have in a basement. This was in the basement when the light chain hangs down.
Yep.
And it hits your head, and you feel like, oh, the chain hit my head.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, I said, oh, I hit the chain, and I looked up, and there was no chain on the light. So that freaked me out a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay. So we already had a lot before the tour was even over.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing because we had that happen at Edinburgh Manor too.
Right.
When was that? Yeah,
a lot of noises.
Yeah, lots of noises.
Like bangs. Yeah.
Yeah, everything got started pretty quick, which is unusual.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with being your first time there, nonetheless.
Yeah.
So, but so did you start right away investigating the church, or did you go from the church and then to the convent and then kind of just went off that way?
So we started in the convent, and maybe 5 minutes of getting in, we like got settled, and all of a sudden you hear this boom, boom, like somebody was kicking in the door, and I'm like, what the heck was that? And we're going and looking, and I'm like, and John's like, well, call the person. So I like went to call, and I mean, it was loud. It was like somebody was literally kicking that door in.
I seriously thought someone was busting the door down. I grabbed something, and like I told Abby, like grab a weapon. Like it was that loud. It scared like the living crap out of all of us. And Wayne like disappeared because he went to go like find a number for the owner. And we're like, call the owner, like,
because I knew it was in the other room.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, my tripod's on the ground. Like literally, like it hit the ground twice. So like the leg caved in, and then it hit the ground after that. So that was that 2 bangs that we heard.
Yeah.
So that was right away.
So, I don't know. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that nothing broke. I mean,
yeah, you got our heart pumping right away. So we were on edge from the start.
Yeah, thank God your camera wasn't on it.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. With all this stuff going on so early and stuff like that, I wish you guys would have stopped over before you, because I was gonna. I think I told John I was gonna actually give you the thermal and let you guys use the thermal that night.
That would have been nice. Yeah.
So, but
that'd be a good place for it.
No, yeah, but it was a little bit out of the way. Because did you go like down by Fond du Lac and up and around the other way instead of going up to Appleton?
Yeah, to the right of
Yeah,
Conway.
Yeah.
because it said it was an extra hour 46 to get to you, and then to come back down. It was like another hour. I didn't
Yeah.
realize you were that far.
Oh, yeah, I'm only 45 minutes, 50 minutes away from it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just right directly across the lake for me. So, but yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes next time. Did you end up getting any confirmation for Friday or not?
So Friday's good. The other guy didn't pay the deposit yet.
Okay.
So if we want to get in Friday, he said it's still good, and
Okay.
it's still the winter pricing. So
Okay. Well, I'll definitely I would like to do that. I just gotta make sure that I got my finances in order before I do so.
yeah,
But other than that, yeah, I'm intrigued because I think at this point I think I'm the only one that has not been in that building.
it's
Oh,
cheaper
really?
with 4, John.
What? What was that?
It's cheaper with 4 people, John.
Yeah. Come on, John.
I'm busy Friday, unfortunately, but
Oh,
I definitely want to go
She
back.
can sit this one out.
Right? No, that place was awesome.
Get him in a doghouse right away.
Yeah.
You're grounded. Go to your corner.
yeah.
But well, I mean that's just how things go and how things get started. So, what kind of gear did you guys start off right away, and did you make like a sudden shift in different kind of gear as the night went on? Like, okay, this worked beginning, and now this is not working, so now we have to move to this.
Yeah, we actually started with the Estes method on the staircase. We set up a couple cat balls and a REM pod.
Okay.
What's actually pretty nice is that the owners they have their own equipment there that you can borrow and use. So
that's nice.
we used one of their REM pods, which we set that up like on top of the stairs, and we set ours like where did we set ours? Like in the middle.
We set ours on the top of the stairs on the banister, like when you're turning the corner to come down the stairs. And then we set another one in the middle, kind of by Abby. And we had a string of cat balls, like that. What's it called? It's like a rope with the lights on it. I can't think of what it's called. But we kind of set it up so like we could see if something was coming down the stairs or stuff like that. So that's what we started with, but we didn't get too much with. We had a lot of noises.
Yeah.
But we didn't get too many hits on our equipment. REM pod, we got that.
Not so much with cat balls.
No.
What about your recorder?
Recorder, I gotta look through that yet. I think we set it up for a little bit. It might have captured that loud bang downstairs.
Yeah, so I actually started looking through our footage, and when we went up to the second floor, tripwire.
Yeah.
There's Nathan. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the show.
When we headed up to the second floor, I left my GoPro downstairs, pointing at the staircase, and you can hear us like upstairs talking, and Wayne was like all in like a different room by himself. Abby and I were down the hall, and you can just hear me, walking up towards the attic. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna open up the attic door if you're up there. And I open it, and like seconds after that, you just hear like the loudest bang downstairs, and you can hear it just clear as day. It sounded like one of the cabinets just slammed, and we thought it was Wayne like in the other room, and Wayne's like, nope, I'm not moving. And we're like, holy shit. yeah, you can just hear it clear as day on the GoPro. So yeah, that was like kind of towards the middle of the night.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was pretty wild.
Sorry.
We actually caught that on the phone that, like, we heard that all the way upstairs on the phone that I had set up recording us at the end of the hall.
Mm-hmm.
We caught that bang all the way upstairs. That's how loud it was.
Jeez.
You know?
A lot of force in that. And
Mm-hmm.
how'd you guys come across with their YouTube video? Did you guys get much stuff? I can't remember if you said you did or didn't.
We had a lot in the confession room in the church.
Mm.
So yeah, we got a lot of stuff there. I think we got. Did we get more? You think we got more in the church or more in the convent?
I want to say the convent. Yeah, we got more in the
Yeah.
convent. There's some loud bangs in the church, and then obviously like the door moving was pretty wild. And then when Abby did the Estes method in the confession booth, we got some good responses there. But yeah, and we went in the basement of the church for a little bit, but didn't get too much besides Wayne's hat getting pulled or touched.
Yeah, Wayne said he felt like it was really a weird kind of energy down there in the basement in the church.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I was drawn to it at first, and then like later in the night, I'm like, something either is very territorial or like doesn't want us down there. Nathan, we didn't get a chance to do the school. We were pooped out.
They got
But,
scared.
We did. We got freaking scared.
Hey,
I did.
we didn't. I was gonna
I
sleep
did.
there.
You
Towards
were
the end of the
actually
night.
doing-
I did. I was laughing on the phone.
If you're just tuning in now, Nate, towards the end of the night, it started getting real dark kind of energy, a lot of negative stuff, and yeah, I guess we all kind of just talked, as a group, and we're like, all right, well, I mean, should we stay? Should we sleep here? And I mean, we weren't that tired, but yeah, we ended up just leaving at like 3 a.m. But yeah, a lot of walking around bangs and convent and
Yeah.
Did you ever feel like you were chased at all, or like you were being hunted?
Yeah. I did, at least down in the basement. Yeah, that's why I was kind of like, I'm good if we head back to the convent. And then that's when we started getting all that weird stuff coming through your device.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't like it because it felt like not the D word, like not demonic, but just very like it was a dark energy.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly where that's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why. But the moment we got down in the basement, I'm like, okay, something or someone is like watching us.
Oh yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Like I felt eyes on me. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's one entity or if that was a couple, but
I definitely
They
felt
didn't
that
really
when
talk.
we were in the kitchen in the convent. Like it was all like dark out around us, and I just felt like there's multiple spirits, entities just watching us, and we heard a lot of like walking around too out there and knocks and stuff.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
you
sure
heard
wasn't
that-
Abby that was looking at you?
And you heard that, like, what was it now? John,
Very
you heard
unbelievable.
that. Oh God, I'm trying
Which
to think. You heard that when we were over by like where the preacher preaches.
Yeah.
When we were there and I was under Estes, I was sitting like where the podium would be. You said you heard a really loud like bang, like somebody like broke a piece of plywood like over their leg.
Oh,
you
yeah.
said, right?
Yeah,
Like
that sound came from like by the organ, like on the second level. You know how people like go up to the top and they can look over the church.
Yeah.
Yeah, heard a loud bang from up in that area.
Wow.
Now, with it being so big, did you have like any audio issues, like echoing and stuff like that, or do you think it was pretty much dead in the room?
No, I don't think so. No, no audio issues. No, no echoing.
Well, that's
Okay.
good. I thought for sure it would in the church.
Yeah,
Because
right.
usually a church has got like a hall setting where it's like a more echoey type deal because
Mhm.
it's made to expand, like for people up in the upper balcony to hear the priest, talk. 'Cause it's supposed to, the voice is supposed to carry,
Yeah.
Right.
so to speak. So that's why I was kind of asking about that. Um, so is there anything that you decided? Well, actually, before we get into this? Now I know that Abby had a really interesting SS method. Uh, do you want to go
Oh
into
yeah.
that a little bit, because that one was pretty intriguing and how things kind of really came together with that one?
Yeah. She so we're like, oh, she said I want to kind of do something from the confession booth. So she went and sat down in the confession booth, and it was kind of like that feel like like a couple people were like talking to her, and it was like an actual confession was like going on.
It was like real
Uh,
peaceful. Isn't that what she said? Like,
she said like emotional, I guess, like very. She felt like sadness, um, like somebody was confessing something like that they didn't want to they didn't want to confess or something, and she said like whoever she was talking. I'm thinking it's like a kid or maybe something like that. Um, reached out and like she's like my fingers are like ice cold, and like the rest of her hand wasn't, but her fingers were like super cold, colder than they would be.
Oh,
And
probably a
she's like,
kid was holding her hand a little bit then.
yeah, she said I feel like so emotional and it feels like somebody's holding my hand. So there was that, and then I want to say we made contact with the priest or the father
Mm-hmm.
Rogers.
definitely
That
towards
might
the end of the night.
that might have been why the energy got so darker, because I think we were kind of discussing it in the convent
Discussing
area,
stuff.
just kind of like trying to put pieces together.
Yeah.
And we did like a check on him and found some kind of gross stuff on him.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, can you name some names? And he named, or whoever it was named, like rattled off these names.
Right away.
And then we got the name 12, or the number 12, and that was how many like places that he'd done services for, like been part of,
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about that, and then all of a sudden that's when in the convent the energy just like shifted, like picked up. So we were sitting there and I'm like, we probably shouldn't have discussed this in the convent.
Right.
So we're like,
I mean, they have the book right there, and like we're looking through it,
yeah.
reading it, and
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, John, look what I found, and I'm telling him all this stuff, and he's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense, and I'm like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have discussed that in here,
yeah,
because then it got batshit crazy in there, like very loud bangs and noises.
So, in the convent area too, from what I hear, that there was a nun that hung herself in a closet. So, have you come across the nun and all that stuff?
I think we came across a nun. I don't know if it was that nun,
Okay.
but you remember the name? I know it started with an A. I think she told us that she's one of the nuns at Elijah.
Yeah,
I'd have to look at the recording, but it was
I
a
don't.
unique name. And I think we asked, like, "Are you one of the nuns?" And like she said yes or something. It kind of
Yeah,
confirmed that. Yeah, I'll have to look at what name popped up.
Nathan said. So Nathan said, in the convent, did you run into Legion during Estes? So, Nathan, the funny thing about that, no, we didn't run into like that Legion thing, but John's phone was going crazy where it was like, it did say like demon. And what else did it say on there, John? It was like demon, be careful.
Be careful.
Take your soul, like that kind of stuff.
Seance and like it was just negative after negative after negative after negative.
But I said, oh, there's nothing demonic here, and it said definitely after that. And I'm like, okay, so I was denying it up until then, and then I'm like, oh, this is very ironic.
Right. Well, that's interesting.
Did you guys? I wonder if Nathan, did you run into anything like that? I don't know if that was
supposed to be like a holy, like it's on like a holy land. I think it's like on one of the highest points. He was saying.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's interesting.
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm the only one I think that hasn't been in there yet, but it's gonna be interesting.
Definitely.
So. Okay, so he had something come through with the St. Legion and stuff. So, and he's had that in a lot of other places too. But you know that he also brings his other half with him, so to speak.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a dark place. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's if everything works out on Friday, go through school. I think we would have to go into school at this point.
Yeah.
I think the school was the first time I heard a disembodied voice. Little boy.
Did you guys have any? Did you guys have any social media issues going live and stuff out there?
Yeah, a little bit.
In the basement of the church, you did, right, man?
Yeah.
But convent was no
one
problem.
bar.
Yeah, okay. We used mine, I think, later, and mine was fine.
Okay. So approaching this again, okay, how much different do you want to go about it versus the first and second time? Now, where do you want to take it in the third time?
I mean, I definitely want to go back to the school. Yeah, we only been in there once. Didn't go this time around, but definitely want to spend more time in the school. I think there's like 2 classrooms upstairs, I believe, and they made it one whole room, I believe. I don't know if you remember them.
One is blocked off when you first come in because they have a bunch of stuff in there. Temporarily blocked off, I think. I don't think they're going to do it like long term, but otherwise there were like 3, right? Like 3 classrooms, but I couldn't quite catch on to what they were. Something with the rooms.
Yeah. But definitely want to spend more time there.
Yeah, I think it would.
Go ahead.
I think it would be like. I'd probably do a lot different. I think I would spend a lot more time in the church because I feel like we didn't do as much. Like, we didn't dive as deep in the church as we did the convent. And I think the church basement has some secrets that I think we can. I think that we can like find out more about that, and I think the school would be huge too.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, I just do you want to try any experiments that you haven't tried yet that you come to mind? Because I don't know. I wonder if bringing a nun's hat would do anything. or a rosary
Mm.
type
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
I think Wayne was
Or-
talking about dressing up as a nun.
Well, that should be Abby doing that. Not
I don't
Wayne.
know what you heard.
Okay.
Must be your messed up ear.
I mean, wasn't there like a nun show back in the day? I forgot
Hmm.
what that was called. But I mean,
don't know.
you could definitely try some different kind of like music type of sounds in there, like religious music, and see if anything
We did that in
pops.
the church. A little
Did
bit.
anything
Yeah.
pop?
They said it pops more when you sing,
Mhm.
like
Sing.
actually sing the hymns instead of playing them through your phone. But I read
I
like a
suppose
prayer
getting that
up
audio
in the,
feedback.
I read a prayer or two up in the balcony part where the choir would sit,
Uh-huh.
way up on top, and I did a prayer and stuff like that, and didn't hear much from that. Didn't hear much from the YouTube video, but I didn't want to sing that night, so I didn't I didn't try it.
You know, it'd be kind of interesting if Wayne did a like comedian piece, like a skit.
Oh God, bunch of
Weird
dirty
interesting.
jokes.
That would be funny though, because spirits like to have fun, right? So
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
why not?
it's
Nathan, I
ridiculous.
think I saw I was kind of watching a little bit of your video today. I can't remember when it was that you went. They like 3 days grace, you said.
Interesting.
They
I
were
do
playing
have
3
that on
Days
my
Grace,
playlist.
and their equipment was going off like crazy when it was playing. It was funny.
It's too bad that you can't get into the cemetery part because it's off limits. What John was saying still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to try. Like I saw this on Ghost Adventures, but I thought it was a good idea. So like leaving a camera in one of the like parts of either the church or the convent or whatever, and
Mhm.
leaving one of your walkie-talkies and some equipment and just asking the questions through the walkie-talkie.
Oh yeah.
So you're not there, but you're seeing if
Mhm.
that'll elicit more like activity.
Right.
Because you're not actually in the room, but they don't feel as threatened because you're not there. You're just kind of getting like if there's a way we could hook up like a security camera or something where you could see everything and like in real time.
Yeah, like a wise
I think
cam.
that would be cool. Yeah, I think that would be really cool.
Do they have Wi-Fi availability out there?
I think they're starting to. It looked like he has like security cameras around, but they're not hooked up just yet. So I think his plan is to get the whole place wired up.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That would
But I
be
have a
interesting. Yeah.
I have a hotspot, so I wonder if we could hook it to like a hotspot, and that
You
would
could,
still
yeah.
work. But I
I
don't know
couldn't
if that
see
would
why
cause any
not.
lagging, like any lagging issues.
Yeah.
Right.
But I would think you want to get one that's like the wise pan, where you can physically move it left to right to get to your adjustments instead of the one that's stationary where you get one shot only.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
yeah.
I mean that's
And,
what I
like,
would
who
do
knows?
anyway.
Who knows what
Mm.
you'd capture? I mean, with not being in there, they're not as threatened, and
Right.
I just
And
think
throw
that'd
a
be a cool
recorder in
idea.
there too and see what comes on the
Yeah.
recorder.
Yeah.
So
Oh, maybe that box, Nathan. The mirror,
Oh,
the
yeah.
mirror box.
Yeah.
That thing would go. That thing would go nuts in there.
Cool.
yeah,
That'd be funny,
we'd be
though.
scared of that damn thing versus the building.
I love it. That's my
Derek says he really
favorite.
wants that.
I mean, I have my Bible REM pod. It's not being used very much because it's a very specific item.
Mm.
I think the last time I took it was at Sheboygan. We took it down there in a church area. Didn't get much action there, so I kind of wonder, being in a church. I think I might get more action on it.
Yeah, you got to bring that.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah,
I'm gonna put that box in your bed while you're sleeping. See if it closes when you're sleeping.
oh God, don't be too surprised if you hear a kick. Sorry, Nathan. You'll have a little bit of a kick in that thing. Oh man, no matter what it would be, that thing would just scare the living shit out of me.
That's pretty unique.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Bible of Empire.
Yeah.
I feel like we're on hold with this music. Like I'm waiting for an AT&T agent to pick up the phone.
I'll put something else on.
I'm just giving this shit.
Oh, here.
I thought it was an alarm at first because I'm like, why does Abby have an alarm on?
But yeah, Nathan, I have a Bible REM pod. I had Travis Wazaki make that for me. So we're in the process of other ideas, but we're just, in time I'll get some of these things.
You got all the fun gadgets.
Well, the thing is though, and you know me pretty good, that I like to, when it comes to trigger objects, I like to use the area to its full potential. Like with the cigar, the cigarette REM pod, the cigar REM pod, stuff like that. That's a fucking nun's hat REM pod. That's something that's come across my mind. I haven't had it done yet, but it's like, how can I attach and Wayne, you got that idea from Etsy that take a rosary and attach that REM pod thing to it.
Yeah, a clip where you can make everything a REM pod.
Right.
Yeah, it's like John, I don't know if I told you this. So it's a REM pod, like EMF kind of thing, but it has a little like cord and a metal clip, and you can clip it to anything to make it a REM pod.
Right.
So like if you're like, oh well, maybe I should get like a nun's hat REM pod, you can just clip this little clip to the nun hat.
Yeah.
And if something goes for the nun hat, it makes that REM pod noise.
That's cool.
So like, yeah, you can put it on literally anything, and it'll work.
Or go on Amazon and order yourself a priest outfit.
Oh God.
Put it on.
I might. That would be a good idea, actually.
See what would happen. And the other thing I'm curious about too, because of all the history with Catholic priests, which is more in the mainstream news of, all the bad stuff. I don't want to say much like that online here because we all know where I'm going with this. I wonder what would happen if I brought a condom.
Yeah, actually.
I mean, could it be ripped open? Could it be tossed somewhere? And it's a trigger item in a way.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm there to just be goofy or anything, but it's more of a trigger item. It's something I've always wanted to do for the last few years, is bring one and see what happens. You never know what would trigger it.
No.
So
that's a good idea.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think we're in for a very interesting night.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Too bad John's not along with us this time around.
Yeah.
Because I know he said that you guys are missing Grandpa.
Yeah. Grandpa Darren.
Probably would have gotten them to stay if you were there.
Yeah. 4 is the number.
It is nice that each room has bunk beds, and you can actually
Yeah.
take off the top bunk. You just need obviously two people. You just lift it up and put it in another room or whatnot, and
Yeah.
so pretty nice now.
I
Yeah,
probably wouldn't
and
sleep.
there's a toilet. Yeah. There's a running toilet
Doesn't
that
help.
Oh,
works.
that's
And
nice.
then there's heat
It
in that convent.
doesn't help that there's spells on each doorknob upstairs.
Yeah.
So
Bells
if you're
on
trying to
string on
sleep
each.
and spirits just just playing with the bells.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Darren, we
What
said bells.
didn't you hear that bell when we were there, Wayne? When we were downstairs? I think you said you saw
Yeah, I heard-
you heard like the bell noise on the door.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, great.
So is that the first time you use bells?
They have them on there already.
Oh, they
Yeah.
already do. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on
I was
every
missing
door.
the connection there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, they have them on every door up there.
Yeah.
No matter
Well, I
what room
think
you stay in.
it's a good idea though.
Yeah.
You can kind of track
I think-
where the bell is and you find out what door is shut.
Yeah. And I kind of ventured, like, I think next time we go, I would venture into the attic. And, like, check that out. That's
Yeah.
the attic's creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Super.
When John opened that door and something slammed downstairs, I'm like,
Something
is that
got
a warning?"
released.
I'm like, is that a warning?
Yeah. Literally right after it.
Yeah.
So kind of in ending here, where does this, I mean, getting close to top of the hour here, where does this rank versus places that really scared the crap out of you? Because it's like, it seems like the one in Berlin,
hmm
Tannery,
Mhm.
really did a number on John and you.
hmm
Yeah, it's number one.
And then you did
Yeah.
Jericho. What are places really well? And well, I hate to say it, but the museum really was kind of
Oh, God.
did a number on you guys more so Wayne than
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah.
I'd say number two, like for Jericho, it's pretty it's up there for sure. Edinburgh, I guess, I don't know. Like Edinburgh was wild, but nothing felt too like negative really there.
Well, you were sleeping when the big stuff happened.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I don't know. The convent's got to be up there just because of like the history too, and just I don't know. Like when you're there, it just feels very like eerie.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a feeling about it. So
That's
it's
amazing.
definitely up there.
He wants to go to the Tannery. I've yet to be at the
Mhm.
Tannery.
You guys go. You guys have a great
Yeah.
time.
Let us know how.
Oh, come
Oh,
on
no.
now. Grandpa's along. We'll
one-
be all right.
That's
Love
the
it.
one I won't step into again. Mainly
No.
because of the owner, but we won't get
Well,
into
yeah.
that. But yeah, I think I'd have to rate the Jericho probably 3.
Okay.
Because I think Tannery's number 1. Jail's probably number 2. Like with
jail?
big things that have, yeah. Like, well, John.
Oh, yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the jail.
Yeah, the jail is
number
pretty
2.
pretty concerning for Wayne because he really
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
it's the
In
first I've
terms of
ever seen
big
him get
things.
really weird.
Yeah, in
Mm.
terms of big things that have like shook me, I think it's Tannery, jail, Jericho. Not Jericho because it like shook me, but just that it's got that feel.
Mhm.
And
It's
then
like
after that
Vine
would
games in
probably
a
be,
way, basically.
Yeah.
after that would be Edinburgh. Not in a bad way, just it was just very. It was a lot right away. Like I mean, the
Yeah,
activity
for
in
sure.
terms of activity, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And having something thrown in the basement twice was pretty nuts. Those checkers
Mhm.
being chucked at the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was probably number 4.
And Baraboo, we're working on.
Mm.
Baraboo,
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely gotta go
Oh
back.
God. Actually, old bear. Can I change my answer? Oh,
Yeah.
Baraboo Inn is probably right after. It's Tannery, Jericho, Baraboo Inn, Edinburgh.
That'd be mine. You know.
And then we go back to Edinburgh, and then things are going to flip.
I'm
Because
so
now they
excited.
know who you guys are.
Right.
I can't
Yeah.
wait. I want to go in that basement a lot more and like really explore that.
Mm.
And then you're going to get Malvern.
Yeah.
That one's gonna be interesting.
It's
I'm
going
kind
to
of
throw you
pumped
for a
that
loop.
one.
It's going to, especially a Shadow Man hallway, is going to throw you for a loop. Because you could be standing right in the middle, and all of a sudden you can hear a noise here, a noise there, a spot here, a spot there, or voices, Rebecca's voice.
Really.
So I don't know if it'll
God.
cause an argument, but
We could do
We
that.
didn't even argue last time, and we were
No.
getting the basement. What part of the basement was that, Darren? Where we
that
were
was at the
sitting with
back
a
part.
checker.
That was by like the cafeteria area.
That part was crazy because when me and Abby were over there sitting, we were
Right.
sitting in complete darkness, and you felt like something was like walking around the room.
Mhm.
Like you could hear footsteps and like creeping around.
Mm.
Right.
That was pretty dark. That was pretty crazy.
I still had a hard time with the boiler room. I went in there, but it still felt weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boiler room definitely
Mm.
is crazy too.
We had to pull Wayne out of Estes when we
Yep.
were down there.
Yeah, that was another one I got weird at when we pulled me out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But the walkie-talkie was, I think, highlight.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
That was pretty cool. So we had
the second day was, or I should say, the third day was just like, well, it's something to
Legit
think
work.
about. It's something to think about. But the on Sunday, I couldn't hardly be up in the second level, left or right.
Mm.
That's how weird it was.
Edinburgh?
Yeah. It felt way off. Like, just creepy way off. Like, you think you're going to walk down to the women's ward, and all of a sudden it feels like you're being followed or being watched.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I got so far, it's like, okay, not today. And went to the other half. I went to the men's ward part.
Mm-hmm.
And then, again, same feeling. Being watched. Something's following me. I didn't like the feel at all. The whole second floor, I did not like the feel. So,
well, you were by yourself too.
Yeah, I was
That
by
probably
myself.
had something to do with it too.
Yeah.
It could have. Yeah. I mean, sometimes buildings do get eerie.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, jail didn't really affect me that much. Being by myself in areas. I mean, I go up in the attic all the time. Sit up there. Jail. Second floor jail. Sat up there. Didn't have really any issues, but
I feel like
don't know.
some buildings like thrive off getting you by yourself, like some of the spirits.
Right.
They want to get you alone, and then me and John were talking about that when we were walking around, looking for the checker or whatever got thrown, and then we got ran up on.
Yeah. Now it's going towards the maintenance room.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I
Forgot
think it
about
just
that.
wanted. Yeah, because there were only 2 of us, so it's like it wanted to.
You just hear someone just running towards us.
Yeah,
it was wild.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting when we get there in May. And speaking, we'll have 2 more people with us in May.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
Leah and Nick. So that's gonna be make it more interesting because that's gonna give us more flexibility to move around the building a little bit more. I
Yeah.
think. And yeah, and Malvern is a 10,000 square feet, so it's not a small building by any means.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that one there, you get, like I said, it's gonna be a trip the first time around because we'll get there during the day. I believe investigation starts at 3. I want to say we get
Okay.
into the next morning. Like I believe we get like 14 hours or something like that. But the thing is that during the daytime it's fine, but nighttime it just completely
Shifts.
it shifts big time,
Wow.
and you will
So
feel it.
sleep during the day.
You will feel it.
It'll
I
be
felt
fun.
it. I actually,
Yeah.
when we were upstairs in the second floor, I did not feel comfortable have my back open to an open doorway.
Hmm.
That's
I don't
how.
blame you.
That's kind of how it made me feel.
Wow.
So
What's it?
definitely when we get closer to Malvern, watch a few of Josh Hurd's videos on YouTube to kind of get the feel of the building a little bit.
Okay.
So that's my
Um,
recommendation.
I got to tell you, Darren, I always like when you come with us because if Abby
They
or
go for
John
you.
falls asleep, yeah. If Abby, well, no, well, yeah, I mean that too. But if Abby and John are sleeping, and I still want to investigate, I can count on Darren to kind of come with me, and
And Darren
Darren will
doesn't
chug his
sleep.
Mountain Dews, and yeah,
Well, that's just the way how I am. I pay for these locations to be there. I want to investigate as much as I possibly can
Sure.
until I drop. I mean, that's the whole
yeah,
point of it.
yeah,
Sleep when you can. Sleep is overrated. You can sleep
yeah.
when you're dead,
Mm-hmm.
so
True.
to speak.
Yeah.
But you might have seen old me if I keep doing this job. I'm doing.
Oh
I'll
God.
be walking with a fucking cane probably next.
Jeez.
Bring you a
But
walker on Friday.
But we do have a newer vehicle to take along with us on the ride, so you and Abby can come up, and then we could take my vehicle and go because I got more space and more room.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so definitely can do that. And then yeah, we'll see how things stack up. I mean, maybe at that point. That we can see how much room I have, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then if John wants to come, all 4 of us can go in one vehicle.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always worth the thing, but the bad thing is you gotta make the trip up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's not bad.
but anyhow, so yeah, this was a good chat. I really enjoyed listening to you guys talk about Jericho because it gives me a good sense of what I'd be walking into and Nathan's insights on it too. He's always a great help on investigations and learning different things from him as well. So I'm glad he jumped in tonight. It was nice to see
Yeah.
Bryn on. She hasn't been on for a while. So I'm glad to see she's doing okay.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
don't know.
Cool stuff.
I don't know. I don't know if Nathan feels the same way, like with the energy up there, but it changes on a dime, so it definitely keeps us on our feet up
Yeah.
there. So it'll be a very exciting night, I think.
I think so.
Bring my
Good luck, guys.
earplugs.
You know. Do you guys have anything you want to plug? Anything that is coming up for you guys? Things that that I probably won't be a part of. That you got probably locations that are set up and going. I know we got the jail right in April.
Kiwani, yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
April 19th.
So
And
got that.
then May,
We
we're
got,
in Edinburgh already.
yeah, May
Yeah.
Edinburgh.
Coming up
Oh
quick.
yeah, Granger House. Don't we have Granger House? Where are we gonna do Granger House? No, Cambry.
Cambry. Yeah, that's set up too. Oh, God. When did we set that up for? I forget.
I believe August.
Okay. I got to write that down.
So
Put it in my calendar.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. That'll be a fun one because that's a great location.
So
yeah,
good.
I enjoy it, and Rebecca's a great person to have out there. She's got a lot of knowledge in the location, and she's an investigator herself. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
it always helps when you got people that do investigate and know
Definitely.
the location. So, and then October we got Malvern.
Yep.
It's kind of gonna be wrapping up the year almost in a way, for me
Pretty
anyway.
much.
I'd
A
like
lot
to
of
get
locations.
Brumder in there one more time.
Brumner. That's another place I've never been
Yeah.
to. Brumder.
We'll have to bring you for that one. That one would be a lot of fun. Brumder's
Yeah.
a great
Yeah,
place.
And I know you want to get back down here, up here to Oshkosh for the cemetery part.
Oh yeah, Abby does
Mm.
definitely.
So that's something we can do on a weekend. It's free. Doesn't cost anything except for gas.
Maybe
Um,
Time Cinema again. We do a combo.
yeah,
That
we
one
could
and
do
Time
that.
Cinema.
Yeah, we can do that.
that was fun.
Yeah,
It's
the
always
cinema
better
was
too to
really
do it
cool.
in a summer with that when it doesn't have the heater going on because it gets too loud.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
but yeah, there's a lot of stuff we can work on. Probably next year, I'm gonna try and see if we can get into the Grand Opera House.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be
They
nice.
they are extending it. I think they're putting a $6 million add-on to it.
Wow.
So that's going to be interesting. But the only problem we are actually having downtown, and Nathan can, if he's still in, he can confirm this for me, that we're having issues with the homeless people down there.
Really?
Oh yeah, we
They
already
actually
were
had
one.
a new precinct right out there.
Wow.
Yeah, I get alerts all the time with assaults and robbery
Oh,
and burglary,
way.
Jeez.
So definitely got to be careful when the vehicles are out there.
In
No,
Oshkosh,
definitely.
downtown Oshkosh.
Yeah, right where we are, where we went to the coffee shop
Oh,
Yeah,
corner
yeah.
there, the New Moon area. Yeah, they're all along that sundial area.
Wow.
That's where we're
I
sitting.
think there were a couple when we were there.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but it's just getting a lot worse. I mean, it's like I get I don't know, probably 6 to 10 alerts a day.
Jeez.
So, but hopefully that changes and they can kind of shift them up somewhere else. And that's a good part of town,
Mhm. Right.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so thank you. Actually, Wayne, don't you want to talk about a TikTok?
Oh yeah. So I was kind of thinking. It's still kind of an idea, but I was thinking of starting up a TikTok, just like doing spooky stories, like paranormal stories, and I want to kind of get into some urban legend stuff, like the Appalachia stuff, and just kind of do stories about that. Just something to do on the side. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, pretty exciting.
Cool.
I still got to figure out what I'm going to call it and stuff, but I think that'd be a cool avenue to explore.
I think so. I mean, urban legends are really cool stuff. I mean, we talked about it last night on last night's
Yeah.
show, and with Corey, he's got a lot of hot spots too. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, we'll get into that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'll let you guys get back to your regular lives. I just wanted to get that out there to have people talk to you about the Jericho place. I think it was a very cool episode, and just kind of getting to know a lot of things about it more. And I thank everybody for joining us tonight. I think that was. I hope you all had fun. Sorry.
Yeah, it was a lot of
I
fun.
don't appreciate it, Darren.
Absolutely. I mean, I little lad, how you doing? Well,
Our convent Jericho video should be out probably in a couple weeks. So
Okay.
I've got to go over all the footage and stuff. So you can find that on Small Town Paranormal 9 on YouTube.
Okay.
Mhm. But watch our video we got out now.
Absolutely.
Got a
So
lot of cool stuff.
Little lad is Leah.
yeah, we got a lot of
Okay.
cool stuff on that. Oh,
That's funny.
My
That's
dog.
funny, Leah. So this is Leah. That's going to be with us at Edinburgh in May.
Yeah, okay, nice.
oh, hey, Leah.
So
Cool.
Thank you.
threw me off a little bit.
It's gonna be a blast. We're excited.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Nick is going to be fun too. He's going to have a lot of interesting stuff up his sleeve. I can almost bet.
Sweet.
So, but yeah, we're just wrapping up, Leah. So, other than that, I do like doing these shows when you go to locations. So, if you want to do some more shows like that, just kind of talk about the location where you're just at, and you know, we'll talk about it. So,
Perfect.
Cool stuff.
All
Thank you,
right.
Darren.
take it
Yeah.
easy, guys. Don't work too hard. Grandpa's got to go get some sleep.
All righty. Have a good night.
So long,
ya.
everybody. Catch you on the next episode.
Yeah.